one's got through a successful career just doing nothing, doing everything minimal, no risk involved, no rejections, nothing like that. That's part of it.
Maybe
And
being a salesperson is like a good training for entrepreneurship.
I think so. I think
Because you're
it
so
is,
used
man.
to getting rejected. You know what I mean?
It
Like
is.
a lot
It
of that
is.
rejection helps you, be stronger.
Yeah. Well, look, because I was actually talking to a guy I used to work with, and when I talked to him, I'm like, man, some of those emails I used to send, we used to send, some of those calls we used to make, some of those,
Hmm.
I can see now why we didn't get any response. But, like, I'm like, man, like they were just shit. Like, I wonder why. Like, the way we're doing things, like, not that they were shit, like, but I'm saying they could have been so much better. When I look at that stuff, I'm like, yeah, like you don't know when you're going through it, but there's a reason why you've got to go through it.
I mean, that's kind of like what we pay coaches for, if you think about it. Like, if you suck in basketball, right, and you keep shooting the ball and it's not going in, whatever, right? But like a professional basketball player might come look at your form and tell you exactly what you're doing wrong. You're like, oh, you're not following through, and you're too stiff over here. You're like, your foot should be like this. Like, they can see it. To them, it's so obvious what you're doing wrong, right?
Yeah,
Even though
yeah,
to you have no, like, kind of like when you send the sales email, like when you're young, you have no idea what you're doing, so you don't know how stupid this email is.
yeah,
But when you've been doing sales for a while and you look back, you're like, oh, of course, this is why it didn't work. And I think that's why it's so interesting, right, to have some sort of an experience like that, because it's the same thing in copywriting, design, anything, right? Like anything that, as content creators, things that we're trying to teach people. There are certain things that other people are doing, like for example on Instagram, where to me it's so obvious. Like I'm like, why are you doing that? That's clearly why it's not working for you. But
hmm
then they keep doing it, right?
yeah,
Like, but to me it's so obvious that that's the reason why nobody's watching it or whatever it is, right? I think it's funny like how knowledge works like that.